All right, Jeff, today's episode, it's an easy one. How to buy real estate in Surrey, BC with no money.
Well, Rick, first off, this whole no money thing, let me just quickly change that a bit, right? It's hard to find any property or buy any property or get into real estate with no money. So let me just change that a bit here to no money with very little money or strategies around it, right? So you can look for something called vendor take-back mortgages or owner financing, right? Now, let me explain that a little bit more. When you can't go to the bank because you're not approved, let's say right now what's happening, especially right now what's happening, is people might have the money to buy the property and be able to afford the monthly payments. But they might not have the down payment right now. They might not have all that money saved right now, but their income is more than enough to cover that mortgage. But because they don't have the down payment, the bank won't approve them. So in rare circumstances, I'm not going to say it's very, very common and everybody will do it. It's rare circumstances, but it can happen. It's called vendor take-back mortgage, where the seller and buyer come to an agreement. Basically, I'm going to just really dumb it down here. The seller becomes the bank. And the seller is now the buyer and the seller dictate the terms, their interest rates, the length of time. And it's usually nothing like, the 30-year amortization. That's nothing like that. It's usually a shorter time period. It could be a vendor take-back mortgage for maybe 2 years. It could be 5 years. It could be as little as 1 year. But it allows you as the buyer to be able to get your finances in order, start saving up for a down payment, and while you're doing that, you're living in the property and you're bringing down the value because you're already paying the owner already. So I'm going to use easy round number here again, Rick. It's $500,000. You guys agreed that you're going to pay a mortgage for X amount. And I didn't take my phone off ring. I get that. So like I was saying, it gives you time to organize your finances, get your money together, get your down payment together, and at the same time reduces the amount. So if it was $500,000 and it was, let's just say, a 2-year term, and you guys agreed to, I don't know, let's say $3,000 a month payments. Now from that $3,000 over 2 years, however much went to interest for your percentage, you're still reducing it by the principal amount. So at the end of 2 years, maybe it's now $450. So now you're getting a mortgage for a lesser amount, but you're still in there. There are risks and benefits associated, which we'll talk about in another video about the benefits and the risks of buying property when you're doing it this way. The other point here, Rick, is something called rent to own. Once again, not overly common, but it's heard about. And what happens here is kind of almost on the same lines as vendor take-back mortgage a bit. It's very, 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 very similar, but you're renting the property from them, but while you're renting it, you have an agreement set in place. You're going to have a notary lawyer involved to, once again, set up the terms. Instead of you just now paying rent, part of that rental payment, let's say if your rent was, say, $1,000, hypothetically, which, where the hell are you going to find that nowadays? But still, let's just use easy round numbers. Well, it might not be $1,000 anymore. You might increase that to $2,000. Once again, your approval rate from qualification rate, the banks are very difficult right now. So now what you do is instead of paying $1,000, you're paying $2,000, but part of that payment is going into reducing the principal amount. There are pluses and positives about this too, and we're not going to get too much into this because this can be a whole segment, but I'll quickly tell you right now, it's already agreed upon about the purchase price and the terms and agreements of down payments, all that kind of stuff. It's already agreed upon. The down payment could be much less, but at the end of, let's say, a rent-to-own agreement for 2 years, at the end of 2 years, you said that, yes, I will buy this property at $500,000. If the property value rose and is now $700,000, well, tough luck for the seller because you already agreed upon. But at the same time, if the property value drops and it's now only $300,000, Well, tough luck because you already agreed upon it. There are other negatives and positives, but we'll talk about that later.
And don't forget, if you're thinking about moving to British Columbia, especially the Greater Vancouver and Fraser Valley area, the number will be on the screen. We absolutely love helping you guys move around in British Columbia, all right? So definitely give us a call. You can text us, email us, however, which way you want. Just get a hold of us, all right? We love helping you guys out. And the free hoodies, all right? Especially it's Christmas time right now. The JC Homes free hoodies. Make sure you guys drop the comments. I have subscribed. After subscribing to our channel, any one of our videos, and we will send you out an absolutely free hoodie. I will send you out an absolutely free hoodie. I'll get it to you one way or another, even though our weather is kind of crazy right now.
You just want reasons to give out more money all the time.
Yeah, pretty much. Especially Christmas is the best time to do that, right?
Yeah, I get it.
And it kind of segues into the next topic for the video. How about getting help from a friend or family member? Is that an option? Maybe a GoFundMe? Well, I had to throw that in.
Besides just Rick keep giving away everything that I worked very hard for, and it's coming out of Rick's bonus, if I were to give him one, friends and family, that's another route to travel, if possible. Part of that is it's almost like finding an investor. Now, maybe you guys come to an agreement that I'll take over the payment. They go on title with you, and they cover the down payment, but you're going to be covering all the monthly mortgage payments until you pay them back that amount, whatever the agreement is. But no, that is a very viable option. There are actually people out there that will do this. There's actually another thing here called private lending, which I'm very, very sketchy about. The interest rates are really, really high. Rather than going private lending, if you have friends and family, that could help out. And especially in areas that are growing in value. Maybe there's something in Winnipeg that's a great steal of a deal. You just don't have the money for the down payment. Your credit's fantastic. The other person's credit's fantastic too because they're going to go on title. But you don't have the down payment. Maybe you come to an agreement with them. And it's funny. This seems like something like a very simple concept. But people don't think about it. There's a lot of simple concepts out there that people just don't even think about. They don't even fathom the thought of, oh, wait a minute. Shoot. Yeah, I could have did this. I could have got this help from this person. So they gift the down payment. It's basically like gifting the down payment. But you're able to come up with the monthly mortgage payments. And then once again, it comes to the agreement aspect. And I would love for if anyone has questions about this to call me.
And we're expecting a snowstorm here, guys, so we're trying to get out of here before this thing starts off here.
It's very important to know that although we always try to make videos humorous and funny, this topic, it's actually very relevant. Planning, which we always talk about, is such a key factor when it comes to real estate and making any important decision. So buying a property with no money, it might seem like, oh my God, really? We can do that? Okay, let's do that. There's more to it than that. There's a lot of planning goes involved. You have to find out all these angles, find out all these things. Can it be done? Do people do it? There's infomercials about it. And unfortunately, there are a lot of them in the States, but there's infomercials. Buy this property, with no money down, or buy this property with zero money. I'll tell you how. Be careful of all those kind of scam things. Be careful of all those kind of things. There's proper ways how to do it. Can it be done? Yes, it can be done, but there are proper legal ways how to do it. It's not impossible. It's just a little bit more difficult. With that being said, Rick, I gotta go.
Thank you, Jeff Chatham, for this one. All right, I'm Ricky J. We're signing out. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next week for another amazing episode on Buyer's Remorse. All right, see you guys next week.